Okay. This is my first flight in a small airplane. I'm in the Aviation Maintenance Technology program at UAA here. So, kind of fun to actually be in a plane that I'm going to be working on. Getting in a plane, we're going to fly. What am I supposed to think? Come on, Pops.
All right, let's go have fun.
Is this a normal amount of vision to see? Because I feel like this goes real high.
So you can take your seat up depending on how high, because the seats have adjustable up and down. This is about normal for this airplane.
I don't know. I feel like I'd like to see more.
You got all this stuff, and so they gotta have space for it. So
yeah.
All right. So we are. Once we get past Eagle River, we'll change frequencies from Merrill. Merrill Tower, November 52950, switching to Birchwood.
950, frequency change approved.
So now I'm going to switch over to 123, which is Birchwood. Keep her in the background. Slowly come down, and then I'm going to just tell Birchwood traffic that we are about 5 miles out. Birchwood area traffic, Cessna 52950 is 5 miles to the southwest, inbound for Birchwood, 02 left. So that just tells, because there's no tower here, that just tells everybody around us what we're doing.
Okay, so everyone has their radio set to this frequency in this area.
Yep.
And so you say you're doing that, and then you have to discuss with other people if they're also doing things.
Correct. 85.
Birchwood traffic, Cessna 7174 Tango, taxiing into position for runway 20 right for close traffic.
20 right. Birchwood area traffic, Cessna 52950 will enter a left downwind for, actually I'll cross midfield at 1,500 to enter a right downwind for 20 right. Birchwood. He's going to come across, so I want to come in and land this way. He's actually lined up to take off this way, and so we're going to fly across, do a right pattern on 20 right. So, all right, when we cross a beam the numbers, we want to be at about 700 feet, so we're going to start descending. Red over white is we're all right, so hold the power, carb heat's on, we're good. A little bit of high, but that's all right. Hold her off until we touch. Flaps up, carb heat off. Nice and
Birchwood traffic, 74 Tango, downwind for 20 right.
So he's traffic up there, we're good. Birchwood traffic 950 is off of 20 right at Delta. Clear the runway, Birchwood. Alright, so, because we're going to head back, so go ahead and put your feet on the pedals. So it has toe brakes, and so if you push your heels towards the ground, that's just going to be the pedals. If you push your toes forward, it's the brakes. So keep your heels back and go ahead and just drive with your feet. So I'll run the throttle, and the goal is, because there's snow drifts on the center line, we're not going to drive the center line because we're not driving through that craft. But so yeah, just kind of keep us straight. I'll kind of just follow along a little bit. This is about, we want to go fast walk, which is about this speed here, which I control with this. If we go a little bit too fast, then apply brakes. So go ahead and push with your left foot forward, or your right foot. Push right foot forward a little bit, get us back over a little bit. I'm going to help you a little bit, there you go. So just use your feet as, you know, so as you kind of feel us move, just use your feet back and forth a little bit. So push a little bit right, push a little bit right, push a little bit right. Okay, now pull it off a little bit and kind of equal it out, and we're going ahead where we want. Slow us down a little bit, and then add some left, push left, push left, push left. And pull it out and push it so they're kind of equal. And push right, push right, push right. When it kind of stops, now go to equal, where your feet are about the same spot. And then add a little bit of right. So that's how you taxi. And when you're flying, it's kind of the same thing. So add a little bit of left. There you go. Just going straight, we're going to go all the way down the end here.
These pedals require a lot of pushing for their...
Tail wheel's way worse, man. Tail wheel, your feet are moving like this the whole time. That's taxiing, so that you don't even need your hands really. You just kind of thing. So.
Well, apparently I need my hand to speak.
Well, yeah, hold that in. Yeah, that plastic is probably just an issue. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take over, and I'm gonna bring the throttle back now. So actually put your feet on and push forward with your toes up on top. You can feel the brakes. So push forward until we stop. Both feet at the same time. So push forward, push forward, push forward. There you go. That's the brakes. So now keep holding it because we gotta stay where we are. So now if we want to roll, just push your heels down or bring your toes back towards your belly, and that releases the brakes, and we'll start moving. And then push your toes forward, and that locks us. So that's how your brakes work. These are toe brakes. Some airplanes have heel brakes, and so it's the opposite. You just gotta know which airplanes you're doing and how they work. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and take over. Go ahead and pull your feet off. Birchwood traffic, Cessna 52950 is at Charlie, taking 20 right and headed towards Anchorage. Birchwood. All right, so he's clear. We're good. I'm going to do 10 degrees of flaps just to get us off the ground. Now I'm going to step on the brake a little bit to roll us, and so we're in stereo cockpit mode, just FYI. And now we're rolling. I'm going to brake us, line us up, power in. So full power, full rich. Gonna use the pedals, watching the airspeed. Airspeed's alive, nose is coming up. We're at 50, gonna rotate, so I'm gonna pull back, get the nose, get us off the ground. And I'm gonna trim us, so we're at about 70. So I want my nose to come down. And when we hit 500 feet, we'll climb, and we aren't gonna climb all the way up to 2,000 this time. We're gonna stay at about 1,500. As we cruise back. All right, so go ahead and put your feet on the pedals. So your rudders are back vertical, right? And so you control your rudder with your feet. So that controls your axis along the vertical. So you have that stick that goes to the top of the airplane. The rudder controls basically on a flat plane. And so if you push with your right foot, the nose should go to the right. So go ahead and push with your right foot, push in. Yeah, we're still flat, but the nose is kind of kicking. And then do the same thing with your left foot. And I just kick hard. See how the nose just kind of spins? So that spins you along that axis, right? And then...
That one's yaw, right?
That one is yaw. And then your yoke controls your aileron. So when you turn the yoke, it controls your aileron. So like when I tested earlier, when I turn the yoke this way, it makes that flap go up, which forces the wing down, and that flap go down, which forces the wing up. So grab the yoke. Just one hand is fine. You don't need to have whatever's comfortable. Like I said, I fly with about 3 fingers. It doesn't take a lot. And so if you want to roll, you can just roll the wing. And so just turn it down. Just go ahead and turn it to the right, and see how that wing dips, and then bring us level again. And once we're level, make it flat, and then go left. So go ahead and turn it left. You're not going to break it, and then go flat again. So that controls your roll, And then the yoke forward and back controls your elevator. So if you push forward, that makes the elevator go down, which pushes your nose down. Or if you pull back, it makes the elevator go up, which brings your nose. The tail goes down, the nose goes up. So that's that push forward back. So go ahead, you can do it a little bit if you want. Airplanes are cool. Not that I used to be scared of them, but you're not going to break it. You can actually go full, I could go full hard all the way to the stop with the aileron or with the rudder, and I'm not going to break the airplane as long as I'm below that and I'm inside that green mark. If I'm outside the green mark, then I can start bending the airplane and breaking things. So that's how you control it. And so if you're going to fly, technically, when you're doing it really well, you're going to use, like if I want to make a left-hand turn, I'm going to use some left rudder to get us started into it, to get us to turn, and then I'm going to use the aileron at the same time. And that keeps this ball right there is our slip indicator. And so if the ball's outside of that, it's going to feel funny because we're not in our seats where we should be. Because if we're using everything together, we're going to stay here, and all the forces, G-forces, are going to keep us in the center of our seat. But if we're trying to turn without using our rudders, we're going to feel kind of funky. It's going to pull us out. So if you're watching for traffic, you see him right there on the side? See that peak, that mountain coming up? Black spot. Got him?
Yes, I see him.
Okay. So now, if we're going to do a right turn, and we want to do that, what you're going to do is push a little bit with your right as you start to turn down, and that ball should stay right in the middle there. See? Perfect turn. Let's go back. We want to stay on this side of the gravel pit, so go ahead and turn left and push a little bit of left rudder. So the cool thing is, you step on the ball. So we've got traffic right there. So if that ball is ever off, you just step on it. So if it's to the left, step with your left. If it's to the right, you step with your right. That's your rudder control. So we've got traffic there. He's high and above us. And now I'm going to actually switch over to Merrill Field again. Merrill Tower, Cessna 52950 is about 7 miles to the east, inbound with whiskey, 425.
Cessna 52950, Merrill Tower, make sure IT5, report crossing Muldoon.
Straight in, 425, we'll report Muldoon, 52950. You're right here. So now do you see the runway almost directly in front of us? That big black strip right in the middle?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're watching for that plane, and...
Cessna 9501, departure prior to arrival.
Watching for that departure, and we are just passing Muldoon over the Fred Meyer, straight in for 25, watching for traffic 59950. Power back. Same kind of thing. We're just going to bring it down, and then we just want to stop flying at about the same time our tires are going to hit the ground. So we're at 65 knots indicated. We're good. A little bit high, but I'm not worried. We're just going to come out. In. My rudders to keep us straight. Bringing it in, and then we're going to come down, and as we hit about the right angle, we're just going to slowly bring it back. A little bit of balloon, but we're going to hold it. Should just kiss. Good. Flaps are up, carb heat's in. Step on the brakes, and we're actually going to go a little bit further down.
950, turn right at Echo and contact ground.
Turn right at Echo, and we'll contact ground 950. So Echo's the taxiway. So we're going to come off, and once they tell us to come off, I have to come all the way off past those lines before I talk to anybody else. So I'm going to make sure I come across, make sure my tail's clear, and I'm...
Well, I was expecting us to be like battered around more, as opposed. Yeah, the view was pretty dang nice.
Was it fun?
Oh yeah, it was certainly fun.
First flight in a small airplane, something cool you want to do it? You think you want to learn to fly, or are you going to just stick to fixing?
Well, sure, I want to learn to fly, but that's money. So I'm gonna fix them to get money, then learn to fly.
That is a good plan.